Today on 21th August, Archangel Michael says, "It's an emergency. 2 minutes left, the identity of this person who wants to harm you is out. The name will open it immediately, my child. The time between danger and deliverance can be as thin as a breath, and right now your breath matters." God says, listen with your spirit because the next words will move you out of harm's reach. God says, I have dispatched protection, and I am guiding your eyes to the truth that was kept from you. This moment is not ordinary, it carries the heat of revelation. You have felt the air change around certain people and you thought it was in your head. It was not in your head, it was a signal. In the past days you noticed a pattern that did not sit right with you. A message unsent, a call declined, a favor asked with a smile that felt cold. You dismissed it because you are kind and you love peace. God says, I honor your kindness, but I will not let your kindness turn into a doorway for harm. I am closing the door that pretends to be friendship and opening the door that is real safety. You do not have to figure this out alone anymore. There is a countdown over this message because your path is crossing a decision point. 2 minutes in spirit time means urgency in your actions, courage in your voice, wisdom in your silence. Archangel Michael stands beside you like a wall of light at your right hand. You have asked quietly, who is working against me? You have looked for a name, a face, a proof, something you can point to. The answer arrives the way dawn arrives, slow at first, then all at once. God says, I reveal by alignment. I cause truth to stand where lies cannot hold their balance. I bring the hidden motive to the surface like a stone lifted from a riverbed. You will recognize them by what they touch and how it breaks after they touch it. Plans weaken in their presence and you are left holding the pieces. They return later as the hero who offers to fix what they quietly fractured. They soften their voice when people are watching. They sharpen their voice when your back is turned. They have memorized your softness and translated it into their advantage. God says, I am breaking that translation now. Your softness will no longer be a script they can use. Your boundaries will speak louder than their rehearsed apologies. Notice how they say, we, when it benefits them and you, when it costs something. Notice how they gather details about your day but rarely celebrate your wins. Notice how they change the topic when the light shines too close to their intent. The name will present itself in the simplest way. A slip in a conversation, a story that contradicts itself, a sudden rush to defend what you never accused. You have already seen the clue, you just did not permit yourself to believe it. God says, I give you permission now. Believe what your spirit told you the first time. Your intuition was not paranoia, it was my whisper. You will feel peace when you step back from them. That peace is evidence. You will feel drained when you step toward them again. That drain is evidence, too. Their pattern is to borrow your words, then use them to appear wise. Their pattern is to borrow your kindness, then use it to gain entry. Their pattern is to borrow your silence, then use it to rewrite the story. God says, I am rewriting the story back to the truth. I am taking the pen from the hand that forged your narrative. I am returning it to you with Micheal guarding both sides of the page. This is not revenge. This is restoration. This is you stepping into the light without apologizing for shining. Prepare your 3 steps. First, observe without announcing that you are observing. Second, move one boundary forward and leave it there. Third, act on the evidence that emerges within 48 hours. You do not have to warn them that you see them. You do not have to make a speech. You only have to stop feeding what is draining you. God says, the one who intends harm is more attached to access than to friendship. Remove access, and their mask will slip. Remove access, and your peace will return like rain after heat. They watch you not to celebrate you but to measure you. They ask questions that sound supportive but are designed to collect leverage. They linger when you are tired because tiredness makes you generous with secrets. You own no one your exhaustion. You own no one your self-doubt. You owe yourself the sacred dignity of safety. God says, you will see 3 signs in quick order. The first sign is a repeated question about the same matter from a different angle. The second sign is a sudden urgency that forces you to skip your normal check. The third sign is a small mistake. They will confuse a detail they should know if their care were genuine. When those 3 stand in a row, you will have your name. It might be the name you suspected and tried to excuse. It might be the quiet one who stands behind louder faces. Archangel Micheal positions a shield between you and their next attempt. That shield is not invisible, it is your discernment made firm. You will feel it pressed gently on your chest when you need to pause. There is a room inside you where your clarity lives. Enter that room now and close the door. In that room, speak this: I agree with truth, I separate from harm. God says, as soon as you speak agreement with truth, heaven moves. Files open, false threads untangle, and path lines reorganize to carry you forward. Doors that were sticky suddenly glide. Heavy things become light. You will not confront them in anger, you will outgrow the room where they operate. You will not chase confirmation, confirmation will arrive at your feet. You will not argue against shadows, you will stand where light makes shadows irrelevant. Think of how they reacted when you succeeded. Did they expand to make space for you or shrink the room so you felt too large? Did they celebrate you or correct the way you celebrated? God says, I noticed every moment they turned triumph into tension for you. I noticed every moment you blamed yourself to protect the relationship. I noticed the night you cried quietly and gathered yourself before dawn so no one would worry. You will not need to cry that way again. This time, your tears turn into a map. They point to where you must not return. The identity emerges by alignment, and alignment favors the honest. The honest move naturally, the pretender stumbles. You will hear a slip, then another, and the pattern is complete. Perhaps their name begins with the letter you keep seeing on receipts and signs. Perhaps it is the one who texts you first only when they need to know who else will be in the room. Perhaps it is the one who comforts you publicly and corrects you privately for being too sensitive. God says, I am not asking you to accuse, I am asking you to choose. Choose your peace. Choose your future that does not require you to minimize your gifts to survive someone else's insecurity. What comes next is the turning. You will turn slightly and everything will look different. You will step forward and gravity will shift to help you instead of hold you. In the past, the harmful plan almost succeeded because it looked like help. This time, help will look like help. Harm will look like harm, and you will not be confused. Archangel Micheal places a sword of clarity in your hand. You will use it not to cut people down, but to cut ties that refuse to honor your life. You will use it to sever the rope that kept you tethered to a sinking weight. God says, the atmosphere is changing now. The plot written against you has reached its final page. Your chapter begins with a clean margin and a stronger spine. You will reorganize your days. You will make one call you have postponed and decline one invitation you kept accepting out of habit. You will feel the approval of heaven in the silence that follows. Do not trade your clarity for comfort. Do not trade your future for a familiar storm. Do not trade your voice for a seat at a table that is not built for your truth. They will reach out quickly when access closes. They will frame your boundaries as a misunderstanding. They will offer a shortcut back to the old arrangement. God says, keep your pace steady. You do not owe explanations for protecting your garden. You only owe stewardship to what I placed in your hands. Expect a revelation at an ordinary hour. It may come while you are making tea or walking to another room. It will be simple, obvious, undeniable. When it comes, breathe. Place your hand to your heart and acknowledge that you knew. Then choose what is next without apologizing to the past. The past had loud music and you learned to dance to survive. Now you will learn to rest without someone calling your rest laziness. Now you will learn to shine without someone measuring your light to dim it. God says, forgiveness is not permission. You can forgive and still move your life out of reach. You can bless them and still block them. You will not carry their lesson forever. You will master it and move on. You will discover that your sensitivity is not a weakness, it is a radar heaven tuned for your safety. Archangel Micheal closes the old door behind you. You will hear it click, and with that click, the energy shifts. The hallway in front of you lights up piece by piece. Walk it. Do not rush, you are not late to your own life. Arrive with your head up. God says, I am proud of the way you kept loving while you were learning. I am proud of the way you refused to become like what tried to break you. I am proud of the way you listened even when you were tired of listening. Your reward begins quietly. Strength returns to your mornings. Joy returns to your plans. The one who meant harm will look for the old door and find it sealed. They will try the window and find it latched. They will call your name and find you unavailable to their games. This is not cruelty, this is wisdom. This is not punishment, this is protection. This is not drama, this is design. You will notice new people arriving with hands that build, not hands that pry. You will notice conversations that leave you taller, not hollow. You will notice that peace does not require performance. God says, hold your head level and your spirit steady. The revelation is not to frighten you but to free you. You are being moved out of reach and into purpose. Do not relive the story for sympathy. Do not rehearse the pain to prove it happened. Let the proof be your new life. Archangel Micheal stands at the threshold with you. His presence feels like a warm, unmistakable clarity. He nods, and your courage answers. Your calendar will change shape. Your priorities will reorder. Your home will feel different because you removed the echo that carried their voice. You will keep what is yours. You will return what was never truly for you. You will bless what must leave. God says, now listen for the final instruction. There is a name you need to stop saying in your heart. Release that name, and watch strength flood back into your chest. You have nothing to prove to anyone who profits from your doubt. You have nothing to explain to anyone who edits your truth. You have everything to receive from the one who sees you clearly. The countdown reaches its last beat. two becomes one, and one becomes done. The emergency passes because you answered the call. From here, you will practice a new reflex. When something feels off, you will pause first. When someone rushes you, you will slow down. You will check your motives and theirs without fear. You will ask your body if it feels safe and listen to its answer. You will treat your peace like a precious document, not a disposable note. God says, I am not finished blessing you. I am just getting started making things right. What fought you before will work for you now. The path widens. The air sweetens. The light holds steady. You will sleep differently tonight. Not because the world is quieter, but because your inner room is. Not because nothing tries you, but because nothing hooks you. Remember this: revelation without action returns you to the same cycle. Revelation with action becomes transformation. You are choosing transformation. Archangel Micheal salutes the courage you just showed. He stands as a witness that you chose life. He guards the edges of your new beginning. God says, I am proud of you. Walk forward. Do not look back to see if they are following. Those meant for you will meet you along the way and match your pace. Those not meant for you will drift to the side where they belong. You will feel relief instead of guilt when that happens. The identity of the one who intended harm is no longer a power over you. It is only a lesson you mastered. It is only a closed chapter in a living book. Now, lift your face. Breathe. Receive the day as it truly is, clean, possible, yours. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. God says, your nervous system is learning a new rhythm that does not include fear. Your breath is deeper, and your senses are not hyper-alert to threats anymore. Your awareness is now calibrated to truth and peace. The old cycle tried to repeat, but you did not show up to play your part. You chose a boundary and kept it steady like a lighthouse on a windy cliff. The storm respected what it could not move. You are not fragile around the edges anymore. You carry a center that does not wobble when others test it. This center is the gift given after a season of endurance. God says, I am sealing the places where panic once entered. I am teaching your body that safety is not temporary. You will not brace for impact when the room goes quiet. You will notice clarity in small decisions first. You will pick the right word without rehearsing the whole conversation. You will take the right turn without second-guessing the map in your heart. The one who intended harm will continue to seek familiar access. They will discover that your life is no longer arranged for their convenience. They will meet your absence where manipulation once stood. God says, I am upgrading your definition of loyalty. Loyalty is not obedience to someone else's insecurity. Loyalty is devotion to the truth that keeps you whole. You will invest in what builds you. You will release what collapses you. You will forgive without returning to the place that injured you. Archangel Micheal keeps watch while you plant new habits. Consistency is the anthem of this next chapter. Your days will be simple, and your results will be profound. Begin your mornings with a small anchoring act. Drink water and speak life over your day. Write one sentence that agrees with your future. God says, I am in that sentence with you. I am amplifying small obedience into large momentum. I am drawing straight lines where fear once scribbled. Your relationships will align with your boundaries. Those aligned will feel at home in your presence. Those misaligned will feel restless and move on. The silence after release will feel like fresh air. The space created will invite the right voices. You will hear laughter that does not carry a hook. Your work will sharpen. Your focus will lengthen without strain. Your projects will close on time because your energy is no longer divided. God says, I am teaching you to trust the calm. Calm is not boredom, calm is mastery. Calm is how courage breathes when danger recedes. You will track progress by the weight that leaves your shoulders. The mirror will show steadiness in your eyes. Your sleep will hold you like a loyal friend. The past tried to brand you with fear. I have stamped you with resilience. Your spirit carries the signature of endurance turned into wisdom. Archangel Micheal stands at your thresholds. Old tricks cannot pass his watch. New blessings cannot miss your address. Practice the pattern of pause, assess, and act. Pause to meet your breath. Assess to honor your knowing. Act to agree with the truth you already hold. God says, I am locating you in communities built on honor. You will not have to audition for respect. You will not have to trade authenticity for belonging. Your finances will respond to your new clarity. Leakage stops when boundaries rise. Provision flows where purpose is not interrupted. You will treat your time like a living garden. You will plant what matters and prune what drains. You will harvest the outcomes you once only imagined. This lesson does not own you. You own the wisdom extracted from it. You carry the proof in how you walk. God says, celebration fits you. Wear it without shrinking. Let success sit in your home without apology. You are done translating yourself for the comfort of those who will not grow. You are done rescuing situations that have no interest in transformation. You are done granting re-entry to those who only return to repeat harm. Archangel Micheal escorts distraction to the door. He returns your attention to the exact place progress lives. Your yes is clean and your no is honored. Create a small ritual for endings. Write a farewell to the pattern that kept you small. Close it with gratitude for what it taught and firmness for what it cost. God says, your future meets you at the speed of integrity. Every honest step is an open gate. Every aligned choice is a paved road. You will find yourself laughing in moments that once carried dread. Your body remembers joy and chooses it easily. Your days hold light that does not flicker. The name that once startled your heartbeat loses power. It becomes a line in a chapter you no longer reread. Distance replaces drama, and peace replaces proof-seeking. God says, I am faithful to complete what I started. I am faithful to restore what honesty requires. I am faithful to multiply the strength you steward well. Your voice is not loud because it does not need to be. Authority sits in tone and timing. Authority does not chase, it stands. Build a simple covenant with yourself. I will not ignore my first knowing. I will not bargain with my boundaries. I will not explain my healing to those who hope it fails. Archangel Micheal aligns your steps with steady companions. You will recognize them by the way your nervous system settles in their presence. You will measure connection by mutual respect and consistent action. Your home becomes a sanctuary. Order replaces clutter because your mind is not negotiating with chaos. Warmth returns to rooms that once replayed arguments. God says, purpose is non-violent to your soul. It does not demand that you betray yourself to belong. It asks only that you arrive as the person you keep becoming. You can carry tenderness without carrying danger. You can remain open without remaining accessible to harm. You can love people while refusing their patterns. Write the names of those who build you. Thank them in action and attention. Invest where returns come as peace and progress. The harvest begins with small confirmations. A message arrives that honors your time. An opportunity appears that fits your skill and your values. God says, take the step that feels clean rather than the step that only looks grand. Clean steps accumulate into lasting elevation. Grand steps without alignment collapse under their own weight. You will remember how far you have come with satisfaction. You will speak about your journey with dignity. You will carry lessons forward without bitterness. Archangel Michael marks the edges of your new territory. He stands at the corners like a sentinel of daylight. Nothing untrue survives long under this watch. Practice grateful strength. Wake, align, act, and rest. Repeat until excellence feels ordinary. God says, your name is safe with me. Your path is safe in my design. Your heart is safe in this new season. Skills you sidelined will reawaken. Dormant talents will request room on your calendar. Creative ideas will land softly and ask to be built. You will enjoy planning again. You will pick goals that match your capacity. You will hit milestones without sacrificing your peace. Your boundaries will not harden you. They will preserve the softness you value. They will protect the joy that keeps you human. God says, no counterfeit comfort will seduce you. You recognize the taste of real safety now. You honor it with choices that match your wisdom. Let the right people see you. Let invitations arrive without haste. Let discernment filter every door. Archangel Michael remains present when you celebrate. He keeps the circle clear while you lift your hands to live. He delights in your freedom as much as he guarded your fight. Your pace is sustainable. Your wins are repeatable. Your peace is transferable to the rooms you enter. God says, lift your eyes to the horizon of steady goodness. I am stretching your capacity for consistent joy. I am teaching you the art of life after war. You will mentor others by example. You will demonstrate boundaries without cruelty. You will demonstrate love without self-erasure. The memory of panic softens into a lesson. The memory of confusion softens into clarity. The memory of resistance softens into strength. God says, the emergency is over and the era is new. You are licensed to live fully. You are cleared to grow without permission slips from the past. Return to your simple anchoring acts. Drink, breathe, write, and move. Keep the foundation strong and the structure will rise. Archangel Michael salutes your discipline. He records each faithful step like a bright mark on a map. This map becomes a testimony that others will follow. God says, I see your quiet bravery. I bless your wise restraint. I multiply your aligned efforts. Your life is now a field with healthy borders. Seeds fall only where growth is invited. Harvest comes only where honor is practiced. Rest in the certainty that you are protected. Walk in the knowledge that you are guided. Build in the confidence that you are supplied. God says, continue as you began in truth. Keep the door of your heart open to love and closed to harm. Keep your future unbothered by the noise of what you already outgrew. You stand in a chapter with margins wide enough for new stories. You write from a place that does not tremble. You live with a peace that does not negotiate. The light on your path will not dim. The right companions will not waver. The promise over your life will not fail. God says, your future needs room, and you are making that room now. Your calendar loosens so good things can breathe. Your mind clears so wisdom can land without noise. Make a gentle order to your day that matches your energy. Begin with a quiet stretch and a strong sip of water. End with a small review that honors progress over perfection. You are building a rhythm that resists chaos. This rhythm is how safety sounds in a human life. This rhythm is how purpose stays steady when pressure rises. God says, keep your phone out of sacred hours. Hold your attention like a rare gift that you refuse to cheapen. Let silence teach you the next right step. The person who meant harm will test your gate once more. They will try kindness that costs you your center. They will try urgency that tramples your pace. Your answer will be calm and final. Your eyes will say what your words do not have to repeat. Your feet will carry you in the opposite direction of old patterns. Archangel Micheal stands beside you in ordinary moments. He watches the doors you forgot were open. He helps you notice handles you can quietly turn and close. God says, I am restoring trust with yourself. You will not gaslight your own spirit anymore. You will not pretend discomfort is comfort so that others feel big. You are learning the language of your body again. Your shoulders speak first when a room is wrong. Your breath deepens when a path is right. Hold the line even when it feels new. New does not equal wrong, new equals growth. Growth leaves a clean ache that becomes strength. God says, gather what supports you with elegance. Place a notebook near your keys to capture wins. Place a truth near your heart to anchor decisions. Your boundaries now live in your tone. Your tone is warm and firm at the same time. Your tone carries the message that you are not available to confusion. The right people understand you the first time. They adjust without drama because care is their nature. They move with respect because respect is their habit. God says, they will find you by how light rests on your face. They will stay because integrity is the furniture of your life. They will build with you because building is their joy. You will treat sleep as a divine appointment. You will enter it like a soft cathedral. You will wake with a plan that fits your capacity. Archangel Michael guards your sleep from old echoes. He gathers your mind when shadows try to rehearse fear. He returns your attention to the present where grace is rich. God says, provision answers alignment. Money listens to order and follows clarity. Resources find the address where purpose lives. You will cut leaks that once felt harmless. You will name them as costs that did not honor your path. You will redirect those resources to what multiplies goodness. Keep a short list of true priorities. Let each item pass through the filter of peace and purpose. If it fails either test, it does not belong this week. God says, your voice will travel farther because it is clean. Clean words do not carry hidden debts. Clean words do not ask listeners to ignore their own knowing. You are done explaining yourself to people who prefer fog. You speak once, you act twice, and the record becomes clear. Your consistency becomes your evidence. Practice small celebrations often. Close your laptop and step into a beam of morning light. Thank your courage with 5 minutes of stillness. God says, forgiveness has finished its work in you. It has removed bitterness without removing memory. It has returned your power without returning you to danger. The name that once held you is a closed file. You own the lesson. You do not own the burden. You carry freedom like a quiet crown. Archangel Michael keeps your social spaces clean. He helps you sense hidden edges behind soft words. He steers you to circles where truth is normal and kindness is strong. God says, your craft matures now. You make with focus and deliver with care. You share without fear because your identity is not for sale. Create a weekly window for deep work. Protect it with the same honor you give to sacred moments. Watch your results compound without strain. Your health responds to peace like soil to rain. Food tastes like fuel instead of comfort. Movement becomes play instead of punishment. God says, honor the pace that keeps you human. Hustle has a seat, it does not own the table. Grace fills the rest of the chairs and passes the bread. You will become fluent in simple boundaries. I am not available for that, will sit on your tongue without tremble. I need time to consider, will guard you from forced choices. Archangel Michael nods when you choose the long road. He knows the long road holds fewer traps. He knows the long road keeps what it gives. God says, measure your inputs. Choose 5 sources that lift your inner weather. Release the noise that stains your clarity. You will notice fewer surprises because discernment arrives early. You will steer around pits that once swallowed your weak. You will keep your light dry in storms that used to drench you. This new steadiness will feel like a strong floor. It does not creak under honest weight. It does not crack when pressure visits. God says, I am training your yes to be rare and true. I am training your no to be soft and steady. I am training your maybe to sit quietly until it becomes either. You will document your growth with compassion. No self-mockery will taint your record. Only clear notes and kind adjustments will live there. Archangel Micheal stands at crossroads where old maps whisper. He points to the route with fewer ghosts. He blesses the road that fits your real stature. God says, keep your circle small enough to notice. Notice who listens when you speak your need. Notice who remembers without being asked twice. You will receive help that honors your dignity. It will arrive on time without strings. It will leave you taller instead of beholden. Let your inner room hold a simple creed. I belong to truth and peace. I walk with purpose and rest. God says, your gifts are not accidents. They were tuned for this exact chapter. They will draw the right work and the right allies. You will welcome opportunities that match your core. You will decline those that ask you to shrink to fit. You will create those that do not yet exist. Archangel Micheal smiles when you choose alignment over applause. Applause fades in minutes, alignment lasts for years. Applause feeds the moment, alignment feeds the mission. God says, protect your mornings from cheap urgency. Protect your nights from recycled worry. Protect your heart from recycled harm. You are not easily swayed now. You check the root before you pick the fruit. You test the ground before you build the wall. The path ahead is bright and simple. It bends around valleys without fear. It climbs in grades your breath can manage. God says, you are safe to dream again. Dreams will not be raided by the past. Dreams will be guarded by wisdom and timing. Hold a vision that respects your limits and stretches your reach. Let it build from foundations you can maintain. Let it invite partners who match your devotion. Archangel Micheal honors your quiet wins. He stands during your small openings and large doors. He remains when the room empties and your soul exhales. God says, you have crossed the line between surviving and living. Living is your new baseline, not your lucky break. Peace is your normal weather, not your rare forecast. Keep the tools that carried you here. Keep pause, breath, water, movement, and truth. Keep boundaries, gratitude, order, and rest. Your life will hum like a tuned instrument. Your days will stack like clean bricks. Your future will feel like a house with windows open to kind air. God says, I delight in your steadiness. I delight in your clean decisions. I delight in your brave, ordinary faithfulness. Let this season teach others without lectures. Let your behavior write the guideline. Let your presence set the temperature. You will not return to rooms that demand your self-betrayal. You will not audition for tables that cannot host honesty. You will not soften truth to keep counterfeit peace. God says, the emergency produced a gift. It gave you the skill to stay whole. It gave you the strength to hold your light. Archangel Micheal seals the lesson with quiet authority. He files the chapter under victory. He opens the next page under purpose. You are ready for steady breakthrough. Breakthrough without chaos stays. Breakthrough with structure grows. God says, keep moving with clear eyes and a rested heart. Keep building with clean hands and patient timing. Keep loving with open arms and guarded gates. This is your life aligned. This is your name honored. This is your path protected and bright. God says, the ground beneath you is learning your new weight. It no longer bends to old pressure. It supports you with the quiet confidence of well-laid stone. Your mornings begin with purpose that does not strain. Your evenings settle with fulfillment that does not shout. Your hours stretch in a way that fits your true capacity. God says, your confidence wears humility like a perfect garment. It does not need loud colors to be seen. It shines because it is honest. Every step honors the wisdom you paid for. Every choice reflects the clarity you protected. Every boundary echoes the lesson turned into strength. God says, I am widening your horizon without crowding your calendar. The right invitations arrive like keys cut to your door. They turn smoothly because they were shaped for who you are now. You will keep a small list that guides your week. It will hold what matters most and release what only pretends to matter. It will keep the river of your focus clean. God says, excellence grows in the soil of steady ritual. You water it with attention and keep pests away with boundaries. You harvest when the fruit is ready, not when the crowd is loud. A new language forms in your home. It is the language of assurance without arrogance. It is the language of kindness without compromise. God says, your inner room carries the weather of peace. People feel it when they enter your presence. They relax because your stability sets a calm tone. You will see answers in the first light of day. They appear without drama because fear is not allowed to write them. They stay because truth builds sturdy doors. God says, the bridge behind you remains, but you do not need to cross back. It exists now as a testimony to resilience. It does not exist as an escape from your future. Your habits become guardians. They keep intrusions from turning into invasions. They keep small compromises from becoming heavy costs. God says, you are trustworthy with favor. Favor widens where trust is present. Favor deepens where gratitude is practiced. Your gifts are not in hiding anymore. They stand in the hallway of your day ready to work. They greet opportunity like old friends reunited. God says, let your creativity breathe. Do not rush genius with false deadlines. Do not starve genius by denying it time. You will collaborate with those who honor timelines and truth. Your agreements will be clean and your outcomes sustainable. Your partnerships will be built to last and designed to grow. God says, integrity is your signature on every page. It does not smudge under heat. It does not fade when pressure arrives. Celebrate small completions as markers of a faithful path. Close loops with care so momentum stays available. Rest after progress so your nervous system learns safety and success. God says, I am making your courage gentle and strong. Gentle enough to hold others with respect. Strong enough to hold yourself without apology. The rooms you choose will mirror your values. They will prioritize depth over spectacle. They will reward consistency over chaos. God says, keep your attention on what multiplies. Peace multiplies when honored. Chaos multiplies when indulged. You are gifted at ending cycles kindly. You close doors without slamming them. You bless what exits and keep walking in clarity. God says, your story carries dignity. It is not a collection of wounds for display. It is a map of healing for wise travel. Your voice has acquired a new timbre. It carries the sound of someone who survived and then learned to live. It carries the sound of someone who loves and also keeps the gate. God says, the space around you belongs to stewardship. Stewardship protects beauty from waste. Stewardship guards energy from misuse. You will meet opportunities that honor your pace. They will not demand mania to deliver value. They will not require self-betrayal to appear impressive. God says, your discernment is fast and kind. It does not cut to harm, it cuts to heal. It does not shame, it clarifies. You create rooms where healthy expectations are normal. Instructions are clear and deadlines are real. Celebrations are shared and credit is honest. God says, remain available to wonder. Wonder fuels endurance with joy. Wonder keeps the heart young while the mind matures. You will measure wealth by peace as much as by numbers. You will measure opportunity by alignment as much as by scale. You will measure love by safety as much as by passion. God says, I am recalibrating your definition of progress. Progress is not only speed, it is fit. Progress is not only distance, it is direction. Your calendar reflects your values now. Your inbox reflects your filters now. Your relationships reflect your standards now. God says, your standards are a welcome mat for what is real. They are not gates of arrogance, they are gates of honor. They open wide for sincerity and close quietly to manipulation. You are teaching your body that achievement and rest can coexist. You are teaching your mind that excellence and ease can be friends. You are teaching your heart that love and boundaries can hold hands. God says, elevation without erosion is the design. You rise without losing your soul. You rise without shedding your gentleness. The places that hurt no longer control the pace. They inform without leading. They whisper wisdom without stealing your voice. God says, I am bringing mentors with clean histories. They will pour without keeping you in their debt. They will advise without trying to own your path. You will recognize them by fruits that last. You will recognize them by families at peace. You will recognize them by work that still shines after applause fades. God says, prepare to teach what you have learned by living. Your story will be a lantern for those still inside storms. Your posture will show them that peace is a skill and a gift. Your generosity becomes strategic. It lands where gratitude lives. It multiplies where stewardship is practiced. God says, your intuition and logic walk side by side. They do not fight for the steering wheel. They take turns like mature partners who trust each other. You will align your tools with your aim. You will release systems that no longer serve. You will adopt practices that strengthen your center. God says, keep your space uncluttered so inspiration can land. Keep your alliances simple so loyalty can breathe. Keep your promises realistic so integrity can relax. You now choose challenges that grow you, not consume you. You now accept feedback that refines you, not diminishes you. You now hold outcomes with open hands while doing the work with full heart. God says, joy is returning as a frequent guest. It brings laughter that does not hide pain, it heals it. It brings celebration that does not require an audience, it honors the moment. Your future greets you with calm confidence. It is not a stranger, it is a friend you finally get to meet. It has been waiting at the gate with your name written clearly. God says, I am proud of your quiet discipline. Discipline without shame keeps momentum light. Discipline without punishment keeps creativity alive. You will master the art of saying less and delivering more. You will master the art of showing up on time and leaving with grace. You will master the art of finishing strong without fraying your soul. God says, honesty is your wealth. It earns compound interest in every room you enter. It funds trust faster than any charm. Your boundaries will invite the right stories. They will filter out plots that end in regret. They will attract narratives that end in peace. God says, your home carries a new melody. It is simple, warm, and steady. It welcomes those who speak the language of care. You will notice patterns earlier than before. You will pivot with ease because you no longer fear disappointing the wrong people. You will persist with joy because you have aligned your effort with truth. God says, I am enlarging your heart without exposing it to harm. I am expanding your capacity without stretching you thin. I am deepening your roots without making the soil heavy. You will invest in long friendships that thrive in quiet seasons. You will keep company with people who honor your boundaries even when unseen. You will share victories with those who clap when no cameras are present. God says, your clarity inspires clarity. Your balance invites balance. Your peace reproduces peace. You stand where storms once stood. You breathe where panic once held air hostage. You move where paralysis once built a chair. God says, the skills you earned in adversity become tools in prosperity. They keep abundance from knocking you off center. They keep promotion from pulling you off path. Your gratitude remains active. It looks like notes of thanks and acts of service. It looks like careful stewardship of resources and time. God says, your light is many-layered. It warms without glare. It guides without forcing. You move through rooms like a quiet leader. You set pace by example. You set culture by presence. God says, keep a record of answered directions. Let it remind you when pressure tries to rewrite your memory. Let it steady you when new doors open. You will gather testimonies that feel like sunlight in a jar. They will be opened on heavy days and poured out like hope. They will be shared with those who need proof that endurance bears fruit. God says, "Let patience be your friend." Patience is not delay, patience is precision. Patience delivers gifts at the right address and the right hour. Your work will bless beyond your sightline. It will travel where your feet may not go. It will rest in hearts you may never meet. God says, you are not behind. You are exactly on the curve designed for your shape. You are exactly in the grade your breath can climb with grace. You will protect what matters with quiet ferocity. You will prune what distracts with calm certainty. You will plant what nourishes with steady joy. God says, legacy begins in daily choices. Write it with clean ink and unhurried strokes. Let it read like peace when others turn its pages. You carry the authority of someone who lived through night and chose dawn. You carry the ease of someone who trusts the light. You carry the honor of someone who keeps promises to self and to others. God says, the new chapter loves your courage. It loves your softness held within strong arms. It loves your laughter that sounds like freedom. You remain guarded without becoming distant. You remain open without becoming porous. You remain generous without becoming depleted. God says, I will keep adding strength to your quiet. I will keep adding clarity to your choices. I will keep adding favor to your consistency. Your path is clear and bright. Your steps are measured and sure. Your heart is calm and ready. God says, walk on with steady breath. Build on with faithful hands. Live on with a peaceful fire that never harms and always warms.